So we're here talking with Tom DiSabatino, and Tom, I understand you had another death claim recently. Could you tell us a little bit about what happened in that situation and what you did for the family?
Yeah, interesting that I wrote this lady way back in the 90s a term policy, and she ended up having it for about 8 or 9 years, and then the policy fell off the books. And then I ran into her, it was just a few years back. She owned a small little business in Canton, her and her son, and I just walked in and asked her, what she was doing for her life insurance. And she says, I've just been thinking about that. And I said, let me put something together for you. And so I met her a couple days later, and we did a final expense application with Foresters. And it was about $15,000 of life insurance. But a little bit weird. She wanted to spend so much money a month.
So it was more geared for budget rather than face amount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I follow.
And she wanted some final expense stuff that would pay at her death. And she got approved that day. It was a phone interview from the underwriter. I faxed the application in. Strangely, about 6 to 7 days later, I saw her picture in the paper that she passed away. So that was the strangest death claim I think that I've ever had since 1981.
Wow. So it's just a matter of that same week.
Yeah. So I went to the business and I spoke to her son. He was not aware that she took out insurance, and he was the sole beneficiary on the policy.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a while for the claim to get paid because it was in the incontestability period, which
Sure.
is anytime anybody passes away, the insurance company has the right to go back and look at her medical file if she died within 2 years.
Yeah,
and,
understandably, right.
So what happened was the insurance company came through, and I gave him the money, and he was ecstatic. And you never know.
Was that able to save the business, or was that integral to the business continuing, or not so much?
Not really. He was hurting for money. The business, she was the business.
I see.
And things sort of closed down, and then I brought him the check. It was about a few days before Christmas Eve.
Wow.
And it was a pretty emotional event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, the takeaway that I get from it is thanks to your persistency, first of all, and your follow-up, you're able to get a lady who was in the loop, then kind of, out of the...
Yeah, it was just one of those situations that I said, hey, I haven't seen her in years.
Mm-hmm.
Popped in, and she was really a sweet gal.
Sure.
Great lady, and how time flies.
How old was she when she passed?
I think she was 74 or 75.
Okay.
But she was really on no meds. She was a non-smoker. She didn't drink. And she just had a massive heart attack and never woke up.
Wow. I guess there's a lesser point in there too about letting the family know the importance of that could have easily have fallen under the radar. I mean, so much insurance every year is never claimed because family members don't know, or they can't find the policy or what have you.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a situation that I knew that her son would benefit because of the timing, and the business ended up closing not long after she passed away.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing the story, Tom. We appreciate it, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it.